Welcome to Summit 2024. Today's successful companies are already great at their core, but they're finding new ways through technology to reach customers and drive efficiency. Everything we do will be done to solve real-world customer problems and in the same security and privacy model that we already use.
Acumatica takes seriously the responsibility of taking care of your data. You can trust us. We have your back.
So we've created Acumatica, a cloud-native architecture that is future-ready. It's so much more than just ERP. It's a platform that will take your business well into the future.
Acumatica has taken it to the next level.
This is just the start. We haven't even scratched the surface of what we're going to do yet.
It's truly amazing that together we can have this kind of impact, and we are only beginning. There's so much more for us to do.
This is an opportunity for our ecosystem to come together, to network, connect, and have a good time.
A lot of vendors in one place, kind of like speed dating.
I used to see other customers doing really well. It's motivating for me.
Every hour it passes by, you get a lot of value out of it.
I would sign up willingly every time.
Just to have 3 days where I can actually focus on learning about Acumatica is huge.
This is our opportunity to build the future of business together.
Building the future of business.
Together.
Together.
Together, building the future together. All right, speed it up.
Please welcome Acumatica Chief Product Officer, Ali Janney.
All right, yeah! Come on! Yeah! Welcome, welcome, good morning. What a great day 2 keynote it's going to be. You guys are in for a treat. But we had an incredible 2 days of Summit already. I mean, yesterday was just amazing. It was fantastic. So many sessions, so much learning, so many conversations, so many new products and energy at the marketplace. My gosh, every time I looked, I saw a new product and a new way to integrate with Acumatica. It was amazing. And the keynote, I mean, you guys liked the keynote yesterday? Woo! I mean, John shared so much insights about what's happening with Acumatica and the momentum we have, how we're launching a new era of growth and opportunity. We heard great customer stories, including Customer of the Year, Protocol, and as well as our Pollywood Impact Customer of the Year, and their commitment to a sustainable manufacturing. On Sunday, the day before yesterday, we ended a 24-hour hackathon that was also focused on sustainability, where 12 teams competed, building a new Acumatica feature sets that will enable all our customers to take part in this important effort. So the winner was a team called Sustainable Shippers. They built a solution that minimized the number of packages that you use in your shipping to minimize waste. So let's give these winners a big hand applause. I mean, it was great to see. I mean, all the different projects were so good. For today's keynote, we're going to have 3 segments. We'll take a quick moment and continue with our celebrations of achievement, shining a spotlight on the companies who are leveraging Acumatica technology, but they're also doing it in amazing ways and working closely with us as we build the future of the product together. Then on the second segment, my favorite part, we'll look at the features that are coming in 2024 R1, and also a lot of the product roadmaps on the way ahead. And in the last segment, we'll get to see cross-industry solutions, as well as where our product is headed in the future. So let's get started. For our first segment with our awards, we'll be honoring great business achievements for each of our 4 industry editions. Each of these 4 winners not only had great success in expanding their business and becoming more efficient, but they also were active members of the community, providing helpful feedback to us as we shape the product. You will hear a lot more about each of these 4 companies in the upcoming presentation. So here we go. Please stand when I call your company name. The construction customer of the year this year is Spawn Associates. Woo! All right. Thank you, Spawn. The manufacturing customer of the year is Kieran. And the Distribution Customer of the Year is Wilmar. And the Retail Customer of the Year is Global Printing and Packaging. Fantastic work, guys. Thank you so much for all your contributions throughout the year. So let's now look back at what happened in 2023. I mean, we got so much accomplished. It was an incredible year of progress. And again, we delivered 2 feature-rich releases that contained hundreds and hundreds of features that were direct result of the feedback we got from you all, the community. But the growth of 2023 was unprecedented on multiple fronts. The number of best-in-class solutions that we offer in our Acumatica marketplace grew over 40% at a record pace. Our community grew over 30% with now over 22,000 members. And 2023, interestingly for me, was a year where SaaS ERP was without question the way clients want to consume ERP. While Acumatica has multiple deployment options and offers choices, over 95% of our new customers selected SaaS. And almost all of them elected Acumatica's Always Current program, which delivers automated updates and upgrades. Clearly, customers want to be on the latest and greatest versions of Acumatica. We're literally looking forward to 2024 because we have a product roadmap that's filled with real-world needs. We get a chance to work with all of you as we polish these new capabilities that are currently designed and development, because our bet is on you guys. This is why we put so much emphasis on how we prioritize our roadmap that is heavily weighted based on your input, your discussions and votes on our community, the dozens of customers visits that I talked about that we make with every release. We have focus group sessions, we've got customer advisory boards, and of course, this session here at the summit. Yesterday, we learned so much from you. But in fact, this year, we have many sessions that are specifically designed for you to participate in and provide us feedback on the direction of the features that we're actually working on for the next couple of releases, so that you can shape and make them look like what you want them to be in the future. So for example, we'll be showcasing product prototypes of order orchestration, which is all about distributed order management, which completely automates the order fulfillment process for multi-warehouse operations. You will also get to see early builds of product bundles with advanced kitting that will allow you to sell bundles, of course, but you'll also be able to see components availability, include component demand into replenishment, understand bundles profitability, and so much more. And you'll get to see early versions of enhanced assemblies, where not only you'll be able to assemble kits, but you'll see insights of capable to build, kit profitability, component availability, and so much more. So we look really forward to working with you on these upcoming features, and it's going to be just incredible. So at yesterday's keynote, we talked a lot about how industry lines are blurring and providing opportunities to a lot of these businesses to grow and expand using our cross-industry capabilities to attract new types of clients. In our upcoming segment, we'll highlight why cross-industry is so relevant, even if you only operate in a particular mode today. You're going to hear from Joel, our construction product manager, who will share, of course, the product direction and strategy for Construction Edition, but so much more focus on this cross-industry capabilities. Debbie, our manufacturing product manager, will talk about what the trends in manufacturing are and how Acumatica is enabling manufacturing companies to meet the challenges of tomorrow. Kelly, our distribution product manager, will share the changing dynamics of distributors and how they are taking advantage of opportunities ahead. And Josh, our retail product manager, will close that industry segment with some really interesting market insights and his product direction, which will not only impact retail, but potentially impact all our industry editions. So let's get to it. What do you say? All right. So please welcome Joel Hoffman.
Good morning, Las Vegas. You've heard Ollie and others talk about all the activities that we've done, visiting customers, going to trade shows. I'm here to talk about those results. Many different companies inside of construction have different roles and activities, and how do we solve for issues across the board? Companies are using that information and they need to get the details. How do we help folks go through and pull the information from the field? Then you bring into cross industries. You have manufacturing companies that might do pre-stressed concrete and then they install from construction. You have construction companies that might be coming through and now they sell products like asphalt or stone. Then you have field service companies. And then you add into that architects, engineers, companies that might need our professional services edition. How can we help folks do that, and what's that mission? Our mission is to get everybody on the same page. With that, as you can imagine, many different solutions are put into place. In a recent survey, we talked with prospects, and they have up to 81% are using multiple products, up to 6 different products. Can you imagine how it is to pull all that information together? Redundant data may lead to errors. They need something that can adapt. And Acumatica changes that narrative. Our strategy and our solutions are built to solve these problems. But along those same lines, customers told us, we need to make it easy for the people in the field to use the application. Make it simple, easy activities to pull that detail together. In fact, I can't get enough of Las Vegas. I was here last week for the World of Concrete, largest construction trade show of the year, and it was a common theme. How do we make things simple for the people in our office and our field to communicate? People are looking for a solution. While talking with prospects, now how do they communicate? People still using email, paper, pencil. Can you imagine the delays that come through? And how can you make decisions using antiquated and delayed information? Acumatica solves this. And it's our mission together to find ways to streamline that communication and how we can solve for the different roles and bring things together. And I want to talk to you about a common theme. With the number of active projects that are going on at any one time, how do you make things work? Connected. Discover what's possible. A great example of this is daily field reporting. In the past, daily field reports, paper, pencil, turned in the end of the day, end of the week. You can imagine it's very difficult to make decisions off of delayed information. Acumatica is going to change that narrative. Real-time field reporting. What do you think? And with that information and your feedback, things like the progress units that we released, well, we now expose that out to the mobile app and to the field. The whole theme here is how do we keep things simple and make the information available to everyone when they need it. Well, I can tell you about the different ways that Acumatica helps people stay up to date, but why not hear it from our Construction Customer of the Year, Spawn Associates. Please welcome their CEO, Sean Barnett. Sean, great to be here.
Glad to be here.
Sean, tell the audience a little bit about Spawn Associates.
Sure. Spawn Associates is a family-owned specialty subcontractor. We've been around since 1976. We typically work on projects that range between $5,000 and $10 million and kind of everything in between. We typically sell around 250 to 300 projects a year, and we might have 350 projects active at any one time.
Wow. Can you guys imagine trying to manage 350 projects at the same time? That's got to be a challenge. What are you doing?
It's a little bit. I'm a little bit of a wannabe database developer, so I really love how Acumatica gives us the ability to customize the software to kind of meet our needs. Sorry. We use dashboards like you see on the screen. We have dashboards for basically everybody in our company. It really helps us stay on top of what we need to see on our projects.
And you have that from the dashboard information. Are you putting other things in place so your employees back in the office can help communicate?
Sure. We're big fans of the side panels. We put side panels everywhere. We have them on every form, every inquiry, and it really gives us one place we can go to for data entry, reporting, and really helps our project managers stay on top of their projects.
Sean, that's great stuff. I love to see how you're taking it, and you're really putting our theme of connected in place inside of Spawn Associates.
Yep.
And for everyone that might want to see more from Sean and talk about the details and what other customers are doing, stop by our Demo Palooza tomorrow afternoon for the customer showcase.
Yeah.
Sean, thanks very much.
Thanks.
We're not done. One more thing. I want to give you a sneak peek into something that will be in 24R1, and this is a direct result of how we can help our customers with their day-to-day activities. In 24R1, we're introducing side panels into the pro forma entry and the revenue budget that's going to help with the pay when paid process. Inside, yeah, great. Inside of the pro forma entry, now you'll be able to filter and select on the AP bills that you want associated directly to that revenue line or the pro forma in general. And because it's an attachment right to the project transactions, you can even call up the image and see the image right there in the bill. You don't have to go somewhere else. You have the details right in front of you as you're putting together that invoice for your customer. And this will also extend down into any kind of substantiated billing. You know, as you're looking at what do I need as the billing backup to come through. So a great addition in 24R1, and we're going to keep it going and keep moving. What do you think? Acumatica provides a unique opportunity for cross industries and companies to run their business on the same platform. It's our continued strength and strategy to talk with you, but we needed to do it together, and we'll work with you to get this rolling and get your businesses much more organized and pull things together. But before I leave, let's remember, connected, project information available anytime, anywhere, right at your fingertips. Now I'd like to introduce, to talk about our manufacturing edition, Debbie Baldwin.
Hello! Wow! Well, I have so many things to talk about manufacturing today, so let's get started. Over the past decade, manufacturers have gone through major transformations. They're no longer known by the 3 Ds, dull, dirty, and dangerous. No, challenges have forced manufacturers to rethink their businesses. And now, we're moving really quickly towards a new D, digital transformation. Technology like the cloud, 3D printing, robots, and artificial intelligence are helping us to build the factory of the future. And some of you are already there, right? All right, well, manufacturers aren't just impacted by emerging technology. Manufacturers are also impacted by consumer demand. Customers want choices. In fact, studies show that consumers are willing to spend 20% more for personalized products. Companies that do well in this industry are the ones that can deliver on time. The cabinet industry is a great example. With cabinets, you can select the size, the color, the style, and even the type of wood. Now, you may be thinking, this probably really impacts distributors, right? Or this impacts retailers. But this really challenges manufacturers because what if they make to stock? Then how do they deal with all the excess inventory that they just can't sell? And if they don't make to stock, well, how do they reduce their engineering time so that they can still meet their delivery times? Well, a lot of customers, a lot of companies are starting to use applications like Acumatica's product configurator. One of our customers, Curran, knows firsthand the implications of personalizations. They sell custom carpets online, and they capture all of their customers' choices with Acumatica's product configurator. But who better to tell you about this than the Manufacturing Customer of the Year? Please help me welcome from Curran, Peter Bonoff. Come on up here, Peter.
Hi, Debbie.
Hey, Peter. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All right, Peter, why don't you tell everyone about Curran?
Sure. Curran is a small, family-owned company headquartered in Seattle with global reach. We specialize as an online retailer of luxury flooring and high-end outdoor furniture. We offer over 300 weaves where customers can customize by size, shape, color, and finishing options.
Wow, that is a lot of choices. Well, I actually went on their website and I configured my own custom carpet, and it was a lot of fun, by the way. But as I was going through and I was making my choices, then I couldn't help but think, this must have really created some challenges on the back end.
We had a big challenge. Without the Acumatica's product configurator, we would have had to maintain over 2 trillion individual SKUs. We really struggled with our legacy system. We had to calculate pricing manually, we had to rely on institutional knowledge, and we had no detailed sales reports.
Wow, I'm glad Acumatica's product configurator had your back. Well, but that's just one interesting thing about their story. They actually started off as a distributor, and now they've expanded their business into manufacturing.
That's right. The product configurator was one big reason we chose Acumatica, but we also knew as we expanded our needs into more manufacturing and inventory requirements that Acumatica would grow as we expanded.
Wow, that's really an inspirational story. And I hope that all of you can see that with Acumatica, you can build your vision of the future. So Peter, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you, Debbie. Thanks to Acumatica, and thanks to our partner, PC Bennett.
All right, give it up for Peter. All right, well, Curran was actually able to use Acumatica's product configurator. But for those of you that have more complex configuration needs, we've now partnered with Revelize Configure One for their best-of-breed CPQ application. All right, well, you've heard about how we handle personalization capabilities, and with 2024 R1, we now offer a lot more capabilities, and I want to tell you about a few of those. The first thing is parallel operations. Previously, we just assumed that if you had a production order and it had multiple operations and you reported on the last operation, well, you must have completed all the operations. Well, that really caused challenges because what if you wanted to report your operations out of sequence, or what if you wanted to report your operations at the same time? Well, with 2024 R1, we now give you choices. So we added a parameter on production order types, and if it's selected, then the system just remains to do, it just does the same thing that it's always done. But if you deselect that parameter, and this defaults to the production order, and if we take a look at our routing here, you can see that I have a routing with 5 operations. So what happens now if I create a move transaction? I'm going to create a move transaction for an operation that's out of sequence. Let's pick operation 30. When I release that transaction, and now since I did not select automatic backward reporting, if I take a look at my routing now, I can see that it actually reported operation 30 and it didn't complete the prior operations. So now you can report your operations out of sequence and at the same time. What do you think? All right, I thought you would like that. Okay. With the supply chain being so volatile, then demand planning has become so important. And it's not just important to manufacturers, it's also important to all industries. We've had a lot of our distributors come to us and say, I really need time-phased inventory planning. And so I'm excited to announce that with 2024 R1, we now offer distribution requirements planning, or DRP, to our non-manufacturing companies. All right, well, we didn't stop there. Now you can also plan kits. both stock kits and non-stock kits and their components with both DRP and MRP. What do you think? Well, at this year's summit, we have more manufacturing sessions than we ever have before. If you're interested in learning more about the differences between DRP and inventory replenishment, there is a session this afternoon. Tomorrow, I have a session on manufacturing trends. And the manufacturing team, we'd love to see you at the manufacturing booth to hear all of your feedback in the marketplace. All right, with that, to talk about wholesale distribution, please welcome Kelly Squazzero.
Good morning, everyone. I am absolutely thrilled to be with you here today, ready to dive into the fascinating world of wholesale distribution. For those of you meeting me for the first time, I've been in the industry for 35 years. And while I have seen a lot of changes, one fundamental truth remains the same. Distributors are the unsung heroes. They are the backbone of the supply chain, ensuring a seamless delivery of products from production to the eager hands of the consumer. And with progress comes challenges. When it comes to a competitive market, distributors are now competing with manufacturers who are selling direct to consumers. And online retailers are now moving into your domain of B2B sales. This new level of competition requires distributors to differentiate through value-add services. Demanding customers is also a challenge for distributors. Today's customers expect personalized products, flexible payment options, flexible delivery options, and the convenience of buying when, where, and how they want. Keeping up with these ever-changing customer expectations means your operations become more complex, including managing inventory, optimizing warehouse efficiency, and providing seamless delivery services. And of course, this operational complexity has an impact on your profit margins. Workforce constraints compound the situation as distributors grapple with the heightened competition for talent and potential increase in labor costs. In light of these challenges, distributors are actively seeking ways to leverage technology to streamline processes and save time and resources. This is where Acumatica steps in. We are making strategic investments to make your lives easier and your operations smoother. A prime example of this is our new managed sales allocation capability. In situations where inventory is running tight, distributors need more control and flexibility over the allocation process to ensure top-notch customer service. With this new capability, you now have a consolidated view of allocations, organized by customer priority and order date. You can easily narrow down sales order lines using various selection criteria like date ranges, warehouses, order priority, and product ID. All allocations are accessible in one central place where you can view and make changes seamlessly. This new capability provides the flexibility to easily allocate, deallocate, and partially allocate inventory. And you can now efficiently handle back orders within the same system, ensuring they don't fall through the cracks. So let's take a quick look. Here we're looking at a consolidated view of sales allocations. The top is where we define the selection criteria. The bottom then limits the sales order lines that meet that criteria. Let's take a closer look at the line items to allocate for Acer laptop computers. We currently have 3 customers vying for 149 laptops. We know we don't have enough, and we must make decisions on what to do. We can see the list is in order priority sequence, allocating inventory to the most important sales orders first. If we look at the columns to the right, we can see the quantity available for shipping, the unallocated quantity, and the quantity to allocate. You can see that the first line item is fully allocated. There are 149 in stock, the customer has ordered 100, and the system allocated 100. The second line item is falling short by 1. The customer ordered 50, but there are only 49 left to allocate. And the third line item isn't allocated any inventory as there's no inventory left. The customer only wants 1 laptop, but there simply isn't enough. In reviewing this information, the user has decided to change the allocations to achieve the best customer service level. They don't want to touch the first line item, as this is for their top priority customer. But since the second line item is already back ordering 1, they decide to reduce the allocation from 49 to 48. The feeling is the customer will be okay waiting on the 2 additional laptops. By freeing up that 1 laptop allocation, the final laptop is now available to be allocated to the third line item. It's that simple. You will now be able to view and edit allocations all from one place. But there's more. Let's take a look at the next 2 line items. These are existing back orders that the managed sales allocation picks up. You can see there's plenty of inventory now available for these 2 line items, and they are automatically allocated inventory. So what do you think? I'm glad to hear you're excited about that. Many customers participated in the design of this solution, and I thank you. We cannot do this without your participation. We expect this to be a very popular and highly used capability. It is relatively new, and there are new capabilities in this most recent release. Please take a look at it, and we look forward to your feedback. At this time, I'd like to recognize Wilmar, our Distribution Customer of the Year. Wilmar is a leading distributor of auto supplies and tools across North America and has had extreme success leveraging technology to advance their company. Wilmar is a major contributor to the design and usability of our capabilities, including managed sales allocation. But this is not the only reason they were selected as Customer of the Year. They are also a very active member of our community and the distribution industry at large. Wilmar is a key member of our Distribution Customer Advisory Board, and they lead the Acumatica user group in the Pacific region. Wilmar is not just a customer. They are a partner of innovation. So let's give a big round of applause to Wilmar, our Distribution Customer of the Year. We appreciate the important role distributors play in the supply chain, and we understand the challenges you face. Acumatica is committed to ongoing innovation to address these challenges. What you've seen here is just the tip of the iceberg. I encourage you to go to the breakout sessions to learn more. Our aim is that you feel supported, knowing that Acumatica is dedicated to helping you grow and thrive in this ever-changing world of wholesale distribution. Now, let's turn our attention to the dynamic developments of retail. Please welcome to the stage Josh Fisher.
All right, good morning, guys. I want to know if you guys see what I see. I look around, and all I see is commerce everywhere. It's like constant. This show, it really stands out. We hear Ollie and Debbie talk about manufacturers who are selling direct to consumer. We hear Kelly talking about wholesalers. They're looking for ways to find their competitive edge. And what are they doing? They're selling to consumers. A lot of them are selling on Amazon. I want to tell you about one customer that we have, the Pond Guy. These guys are on Construction Edition. They manufacture their own goods. They sell those goods on BigCommerce, and they have retail stores. It's crazy. Everybody is a retailer now. That doesn't mean I'm expecting you guys to open up boutiques on Fifth Avenue. That's not what's going to happen. You're not going to have one of these shops in the wind. So let me explain, okay? Let's talk about a customer. This is GPP. This is our Retail Customer of the Year. Fantastic team to work with. GPP is a manufacturer. They've been around since 1965. They produce high-quality consumer goods packaging. It's like brands that you know, some brands that you don't. Really well known for their quality. And about 10 years ago, one of their team members had an epiphany. They realized, we're consumer market experts. We understand how to win over consumers. We have all this equipment. We have all this talent. Why don't we just start making our own consumer products and we'll start selling them on Amazon? That experiment paid off. These guys are now an Amazon top 1,000 merchant. That's crazy. Think about it. Amazon has 2.3 million active sellers. GPP is in the top 1,000, a decades-old manufacturer. Nuts. But they didn't stop there. They now have 6 consumer brands. They're selling on more than 10 different marketplaces. And we had dinner the other night. They're telling me about plans for the future, and it's just growth, growth, growth. It's crazy. We worked with them and unlocked them. Really, that's what Acumatica did. It helped unlock them so they could focus on creativity and growth. We love working with these guys. When I think of GPP, these guys represent modern business. This is what I'm seeing everywhere. It's not the boutiques. That is one form of retail. But this is what's happening now. This is what the future looks like. GPP is a fantastic partner. Love working with them. They taught us a lot about Amazon. They really let us into their business. Appreciate them. Let's give those guys a round of applause. Thank you. I know they're here somewhere. Okay. So this is what we think about. We think about customers like GPP. There's a list. I debated whether or not I should go through the list. There's so many customers. Taysay Rugs, MCI Core, G&G. Man, you guys have been fantastic. We've been working with you so closely. And this is how we design our roadmap. This is what we're doing. We're taking information from you guys. We're trying to understand what is complicated about your industry. Where are you being held up? How can we unlock you? And that is how we design our roadmap. There's 3 traits that really stand out to me. There's 3 things that we are seeing over and over and over again. You heard John and Ali both talk about cross-vertical solutions, manufacturers that are now selling retail, wholesalers that are now manufacturing their own goods. There's no swim lanes. They're done. People are just crossing into these new verticals. We also see businesses selling to both business and consumer buyers, right? If you typically sell to consumers, then you are finding that there's an opportunity to sell to buyers, business buyers as well. Last thing is multi-channel sales. So it's not just an e-commerce site anymore. It's not just selling on Amazon. We're talking to businesses regularly that are trying to spread out on as many marketplaces as possible. That's going to continue to grow, right? And the way that you set your business up to be able to handle this is with a very strong foundation. And that's what we're building in Acumatica. So let's talk about some of the features that we've added recently. First, let's start with our Shopify connector. So as you guys know, we've had our native integration to Shopify for a while, right? A couple years ago, Shopify started focusing on B2B. They had D2C customers coming to them and saying, hey, we want to start selling to business buyers, but it's complicated and we need new features. So Shopify, fortunately, we have a great relationship. They reached out to us. Our product teams started talking. They knew that we understood B2B, and there was a lot that we could share with them. We started pulling customers to the table, going through their use cases, understanding the challenges that they have. And Shopify got to work, building out these new B2B features. They're taking it very, very seriously. There's 3 things. We've added a lot to Acumatica to support this, but there's 3 things that I want to tell you about today. The first is flexible payment options. If you're a business selling to businesses, you know you can't take credit cards for everything, right? If somebody's buying $50,000 worth of equipment from you, I mean, that's a lot of reward points, but they're probably not going to use a credit card. So you have to be able to allow that purchase to happen on terms. That has to happen on the e-commerce site. No problem. Let it flow into Acumatica. We'll handle it. The second, this one's really important, is business customer hierarchy. When you're selling to consumers, you're selling to individuals. When you're selling to a business, your customer is the company, and that company has multiple buyers inside. And if you send those buyers over to the e-commerce platform and they become individuals, your reporting's a mess. Like you're not even rolling up those buyers' purchases to the proper company. So we now have a one-to-one connection between the two solutions. You can sell to individuals, you can sell to organizations, you can create business customers in either platform and it'll flow to the other. It's great. All right, the last one. Flexible customer-specific pricing. Again, B2B, you're going to have customer-specific pricing. A lot of businesses just have tiers, right? It's that bronze, silver, gold percentages. But it's not true with everybody. Really, the more you talk to customers, you realize that they have a lot of interesting rules that they've developed around their pricing. Some of them are focused on location, right? Maybe the buyers in New York City get better percentages than the buyers in Kentucky, and so on. And it goes on from there. There's a lot of different strategies that businesses come up with. And inside Acumatica, you can handle this, but if your customer is going to be buying on the e-commerce platform, that needs to handle it too. So now, again, one-to-one sync, right? Now, that's great. The other thing I want to share with you is Acumatica is the first ERP in the industry to offer a native integration to these new B2B features. That means you can use Acumatica and Shopify together to sell now B2B, B2C, D2C, and in-store POS. What do you guys think? And this is just going to continue growing. I'm so excited. All right, now let's talk about Amazon. Amazon has been interesting. So everybody's selling on Amazon. It's very, very popular. Many of our businesses, and many of our customers are selling on Amazon. And the one thing that we've learned from them, one thing that we've learned from customers, is selling on Amazon is not the problem. It's relatively easy to sell on Amazon. There's a lot to manage, but they can handle it. The problem is managing the back office. When those orders happen on Amazon, it's just chaos after that, right? So we worked with a lot of customers. Our Amazon connector has been in, what's it called? Controlled availability. What that means is that our engineers worked on every single implementation, right? And there was a very specific reason for that. We wanted to implement those customers, and we wanted the feedback. We wanted to hear what their challenges were, what needed to be fine-tuned. So it was in controlled availability for a period of time. We've now implemented over 30 customers, one of which was GPP, a top 1,000 Amazon merchant. For us, that was the fireworks. That proved that we were there. But we've received so much information from these guys, and then we got to work. Let me tell you about 3 features that we've added. FBA reconciliation. Okay, so if you sell Amazon FBA, you send your inventory to Amazon, they store it in their warehouse, orders come in, they fulfill it for you. The problem is they also lose items, they damage items. And sometimes you lose track of what inventory they have. So now we import Amazon's inventory levels into Acumatica, we reconcile. If there's a discrepancy, you're notified. The second, thank you. Yeah, I know, it's a big deal, right? Somebody's clapping, they sell on Amazon, they know. Yeah. All right, per unit profitability. This is another one. This is kind of crazy. Pretty much everybody we talked with, they sell products on Amazon, they have no idea how much money they're making. Like how much money they're actually profiting. Amazon charges over 35 different fees. That number keeps going up. And those fees should be associated with all the orders and all the units that are being sold, but they're not. So now we import those fees into Acumatica, we assign them to entry types on the GL, and now you can see, Acumatica will do the math. You can understand exactly how much money you're making on every single sale. This is very exciting for those that understand Amazon. Okay, thank you. I geek out about this stuff. My wife has no idea what I'm talking about. All right, so the last thing is Amazon statement reconciliation. Every single merchant we spoke with had things to share with us about this, right? So Amazon's keeping track of all your orders. Every 2 weeks, they send you a payment, they send you a statement. And that statement never matches your records. So these teams, they have departments of people. Sometimes it's 3 people, and they spend multiple days manually, like, could you imagine that job? Manually reconciling these Excel spreadsheets with their own internal records. So every single team, like, you gotta fix this. You gotta help us. So that's what we did. You can now import these Amazon statements into Acumatica. It'll automatically reconcile as much as it can. When it finds discrepancies, it alerts you to it, and it'll help you handle the discrepancy, right? What used to take 3 people, 3 days, is now taking 1 person, maybe a few hours, hopefully minutes. So what do you guys think? Are you going to start selling on Amazon? So like I said, we've been through 30 implementations. We're now ready. The Amazon connector is going to be included in the core. We're releasing it with 24R1. It's ready for you guys. Okay, I'll just say it one last time. Commerce is everywhere. Everybody is a retailer now. That includes you guys. The true retailers, the traditional retailers in the room, you guys have been doing this for years. You're like, what's he talking about? This is 10 years old. All the manufacturers and distributors, you guys have an opportunity here. So reach out to us. We want to help you. It's going to take some adapting, but that's exactly what we're building Acumatica to help you do. Thanks. All right, let's get Ollie back out here.
Hey, Josh. Well, that was fantastic. I mean, let's give another hand of applause to all the industry leaders. You all heard from Joel how construction companies can rely on Acumatica to stay connected and be informed at all times with things like real-time field reporting. You heard from Debbie, who shared amazing growth and stories on how manufacturers are seizing opportunities of growth and expanding to new markets. You saw parallel operations, a lot of great stuff coming with manufacturing. Kelly showed you guys how distributors are meeting the challenges of competition, using technology, not only to optimize their business, but also grow and serve new types of clients. The order allocation shared allocation, order allocation screen is just amazing. And then Josh shared commerce and how it's such a big component for every industry and how we all should be thinking about our transformations to the world of commerce. So in the upcoming segment, we'll now shift our attention to 2 things. We'll learn more about our core capabilities and how they apply to all industry editions. And my favorite, we'll get a glimpse of where the future of Acumatica is headed. With that, please welcome VP of Product Management, Doug Johnson.
Thank you, Ollie. Good to see everybody. Thank you, guys. I'm looking forward to it. I look forward to this every year. So you heard Joel and everybody talked about connections and all the different industry additions where we have to connect things back and forth to everything. Direct-to-consumer models are another important thing. So I get to talk to you about the core modules and the platform, which ties all this stuff together. The core modules are what's going to make all these things possible. Now, Acumatica involves everybody. Our pricing model reflects that, where everybody gets involved, and our core modules reflect that. CRM, financials, all of our business process things like business events, our state workflow engine, all that ties everything together for you. So here's a little flow that you see, contact to cash. From the time that marketing gets involved, they pass it seamlessly to sales. They can create a quote, and then they can pass that off with one click to the financial team. Everything works seamlessly. Our cases over there, they help customer support organizations, but more than customer support organizations, they're actually useful for any business process workflow. So they can be used for anything. One customer of ours, Four-State Trucks, is using that. They're a distributor of parts, of truck parts. And they have a huge warehouse and process many, many orders. And they have over 1,000 different incoming requests every month. Now, to process that, they need to keep things organized and in place, and they use Acumatica CRM for that. So it's very important that they've built this possible to make all that happen. Now, Four-State Trucks followed the workflow that's part of our core case management module that you see here. This is all the standard stuff that you would follow. It comes out of the box. But more importantly, they had a lot of other things to process, like warranty claims, billing questions, and things that needed to be done a little bit differently. So they used the state workflow engine with the help of their partner, K&R Consulting, to build this type of a flow using no code. So that's a real advantage of the Acumatica platform, is to make all this possible. Now, to give you a little bit of a glimpse into what they did, let's take a look at some of their screens. So here's where they're getting a return. A lot of their things are return orders. So they process the return. They use the case class ID to drive a workflow. Then they create a return order. They go over in that sales order screen to create a return order. They link the case. Then they go in and link the return back from the case. They add any optional workflows that they want to do there. And then when they close the case, they've customized this with the state workflow engine to make sure that they get the reason codes they want to follow up and do root cause analysis of what caused things to happen. And of course, they manage all that with dashboards. Dashboards give the people in the warehouse and communicate seamlessly with the people on the front end. So all that works very well for them. Now, one of the things you may have noticed is that I was going through a lot of screens there, and I was mentioning a lot of clicks. So Acumatica always looks for ways to reduce clicks and reduce screens. So last year, we represented a new capability to do with one click, you can create a return order from a case. So let's go in and take a look at how that works. You'll see now I've got this action called Create Return Order. I select the type of return order, hit Create, and the system does all the work for me. It creates a relationship between the case, and as I go in to the return order, and as people process things in the warehouse, the status is automatically communicated. If I click back to the case, I can see how that works in the Relationships tab. So this is a huge improvement in terms of letting the system do the work. They expect to reduce the time per case by 2 to 3 minutes, and when they're processing thousands of those, the time and savings are going to be wonderful. So we're very excited that we've got this in the product right now, and we hope you start using cases for all types of workflows and automating all types of workflows in your business. Let's hear it for the development team that built all this for us. Now, another critical part of business process that we heard from you, our customers and our partners as well, is collecting money. It's always nice to make a bunch of sales, but it's better to actually put the money in the bank. So customers were telling us they needed an easy way, and I emphasize the word easy way, to collect credit card and ACH payments from customers. So we developed Acumatica Payments for that. Acumatica Payments is a native solution, and it has lots of different features. It has click to pay, it has a payments portal that you can go on and customers can make their own payments. It has mobile payments that you can collect. It has point of sale readers, as you may have seen in the Acumatica booth. Most importantly, there's zero integration costs, so as you upgrade your system from point to point, everything works seamlessly. So today, I want to work on something where I'm going to go in and make sure that we process things. And I'm going to do like a point of sale arrangement. So I'll go in. Let's see if I can share this with you. 1 second. It's going to look a lot better if you can actually see my phone. So we're going to do a demo where I actually go through and make things happen. All right, here we go. So you'll see on my phone here, I've got the Acumatica mobile application going. And I'm going to use this device to process and sell something. Well, in my hand, I have $50 worth of Wynn casino chips. Now, I'm not much of a gambler, so don't ask how I happen to get these chips, but I got to sell them, and I got to sell them now. I can't go back to my retail store to sell them. So what I've got is I've got this sales order here, and if I click the details tab, you'll see that I've got 2 Wynn casino chips of $25 each. Originally, I said, oh, I'll just sell a $50 chip. Well, it turns out they don't sell those at the store at the Wynn casino, so now I've got 2 25s. Now, if you look up at the very top, you'll notice that the order total, $1.02. Bargain basement pricing is what we're offering for this. Now, to keep this transaction processing, I'm going to go create a payment on the fly. So the payment comes in, and now I'm ready to collect. And using contactless payment, I can collect money using this. So I have this device here. This is an all-in-one device that can collect touchless payments and everything else. But to continue this demonstration, before I hit the capture button, I'm going to need a little help from the audience, because this is an actual sale that's about to take place. So if we can have somebody out in the section here that has a credit card, it's got to be a touchless credit card. Volunteer, I got one volunteer right there who's going to step on up. Come on in. All right, $50, he says. What's your name?
Jose.
Hey, let me move you over here, Jose, so you can get in the camera here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and hit capture. Oh, you're using a phone. I haven't tried that before. So there's a...
It's touchless, right?
It says it's touchless. All right, now, are you nervous?
No, not at all.
I'm glad you're not, because I am. I'm going to send you back up on stage here. All right, well, let's go ahead and hit process. Now, when I hit process, one green light should come on to there, and it should be steady. 1 second. There it is. All right, let's see if this touch worked. I should get 4 green lights. I did. The EMV transaction has started. Always somebody got to pull a phone out. I'm reaching into my pocket. Now I'm even more nervous than you are. All right, there it goes. It's coming through. Come on, internet, don't fail me now. The guy wants his $50.
Come on.
Come on. All right, well, it's worked on the back end. I'm not getting the beautiful green screen that I was expecting to here. On the back end, it worked, so here's your $50.
I'll take it.
Enjoy it. Give it up for my volunteers. Oh, and you dropped one. All right, well, I'm at 25 and 25 now. There you go. Let me get back on stage where I belong here. All right, so that was a little bit of fun. So let's, and for those of you in the back row, get here early next time. You never know. I might be giving away something bigger next season. All right, so let's talk about 24R1. We're really super excited about it. There's going to be tons of usability features, lots of technical innovations, a lot of vertical feature improvements that you've already heard all the teams talk about. It's coming in late March, so got plenty of time to get ready and learn more about it. As usual, we took all the ideas from various places. You can see we have customer visits. Ali referred to the community portal. You see there's 4 ideas, if you can read them, that made it into the product up from that community portal. These are just a few of the 24R1 highlights. Very interesting stuff. We've got all of them. You've seen a lot of them demonstrated in breakout sessions. You're going to continue to learn more as we go on and on. But to really start digging into some of the really interesting things, I want to bring out Mike Chechelganagov to talk about the future of Acumatica technology. Mike, come on out.
Hello, hello, hello. Before I will start my presentation, I want to ask a question. How many of you were here at this Wynn Casino 2 years ago? Can you raise a hand? Quite a few, quite a few. How many of you were here last year? Much more, right? So probably for those of you who here for the last 2 years, you do remember that every time what I do present from the scene was the new user interface that we're developing, right? And we don't break the tradition this year. Okay, with 24R1, we're proud to announce that we enabling the public preview of the new user interface to the audience. And before I will move to my demo, I want to quickly go through of what does it mean for us. So first of all, this is probably a major milestone in our history, and it's available in 24R1. It comes with a completely new design. This new design is enhanced to provide a better readability of the screens. It very well adapts for the different types of the devices. We also come up with a completely new set of the user controls that have been reworked for the new user experience and improve it. We're also coming up with unmatched personalization functionality that is eventually allows you to modify nearly any element on the screen to provide the best usability for the users. We significantly improved the customization, where we're enabling multiple user interface customization for the same screen and even same screen element. And we're coming up with a completely new technology where we replace the entire layer that is responsible for the user interface with a new set of the technologies and services. And with that one, I want to move to my demo. Okay, as I did it so many times, I need to wear glasses to do it. So let me log in, and I will go to my favorite screen, which is the sales order. So I will go to sales orders, and let me pick some sales order for the demo. Okay, surprise, surprise, but that's expected. That's one new feature that I want to demonstrate to you. This is a preview of R1, which is not available yet. And I will go to the Tools menu. And over here, I will have this wonderful button, Switch the User Interface Screen Mode. By hitting this button, it will switch my screen to the new user interface. Very quick, very efficient, very nice. Look into this pop-up message over here that just appeared. It notifies you that it's a new user interface, but it's not for production yet. Now, take a look on this screen. Definitely, it looks much better error messaging. If we will, let's say, go to the financial stubs, we see that information organized into the panels, they're collapsible, and they really makes the interface much more readable. Now, if we will go to the personalization settings that I was presenting last year, and I will go to the screen configuration menu. Over here, I can really select which elements I see. So for example, I want to see my description over here when the panel is collapsed. I want to see, let's say, my freight total amount when my panel is collapsed. I can add the field, I can add user-defined fields, and I can completely rearrange my screen here. We're adding also the feature over here that allows you to configure the tabs that you do see on the screen. So I can go here and let's say, okay, I don't want to see taxes. I want to move my payments information on top. And I want to apply that. So that rearranges my tabs and makes the screens better. And I just apply that. I just apply that to the screen so you can see my screen rearranged and looks much better. Also, I want to highlight a little bit how well the new user interface adapts for the different resolutions. So for that one, I will just rearrange it like this one. So you can see that depending on the screen resolution, it moves really nice. It can be worked on the very small resolution like this one. It can be working on medium resolution. If you have shorter screen, it will reduce the fonts and reduce the density of the screen. So we did a really good job in this area. And as the last thing that I probably will do, I will create a shipments out of this one. And while it's processing, give it a few seconds. Sorry, I didn't warm up the application on this one, so it might take a few longer. Okay, and here we see the old user interface, but intentionally, because this switch, I can do it endless. It's really nice. Okay, so that's all great and very nice, but that's not my main presentation. And the main reason why we do and implement this new user interface is because of the new opportunities that it gives us. And right now, when we convert the existing screen, we pretty much follow the current screen design, because we need to keep the backward compatibility, and we need to hold it for some period of time until you can convert the customization and convert the ISV products. But there is a screen where we took all of our imagination and completely revamped it. And I want to demonstrate it and show you what this new technology allows us to do and what will be the future of the Acumatica. So with that one, I will go to the screen calendar board in the field services. Give it a few seconds to load, and let's take a look on this one. So it's not only looks great, it actually works great. So let me show you that. So first of all, over here on the left side, I do have a list of my scheduled appointments and list of my unscheduled sales orders. And you can see that they colorize, they highlight it in priority. But what do I need? Like, how can I find the details on this one? So here's the first thing. I can click on the element, and I do have these quick preview panels that allows me quickly to take a look on the details of my order. Let's imagine I need to find something. For example, 487. I can quickly search it. 487. Sorry, 487. Great. Then I can take and drag and drop it into any place to schedule. And basically, you can see that system will retain the width of the control proportionally to the time. So it really reflects the time of the or duration of the appointment when you do the scheduling. I will not do scheduling right now, but what if I get a call and someone calls me to find out when is my appointment scheduled? I need to reschedule that. For that one, what I can do, I can go to my scheduled appointment, and the same way, I can basically put a string into the search here. So for example, like I will put like this one, unfortunately closed. Sorry. So I will pick this one, for example. And the system will quickly locate my appointment inside of my calendar and navigate me there. Then, what if I want to schedule for the particular set of the people? Over here, you can see that I actually do have my filters, and I can configure my filters over here, and I can switch between them. So for example, this one is configured to search only for the guys who do have the hardware skills. And then, when I want to reschedule this guy, I want to take a look on that, and I want to see, oh, where's he going? And over here, I can see my route here. And I can do all of that from this screen. And I can click on the appointment over here. I can see its details. I can do my operations here. I can create even appointments straight away from here, like this one. Is it great? So I think this is a great example of what the new user interface technology will allow us to do, and it gives you a glimpse on how Acumatica will look 2-3 years down the road. So now, what is our timeline? We're planning to announce, we're announcing public preview availability with 24R1. Then with 24R2, we will do what we call controlled release, where the new technology can be deployed on the new installations and with the supervision of our engineers. So it will be limited in terms of like new users who can use it. And for 25R1, we're going to announce the general availability of the product. So now I'm coming to the last part of my presentation. I want to give you a little bit an update on our technology direction, on where we're going and moving for the next couple of years. So with the new user interface, we made a very significant performance optimization of the entire Acumatica stack, but we will continue to work on performance, and our goal to improve it another 10–15% this year. Then we will continue to work on what we call low-code, no-code customization. I hope you've been on the breakout sessions where we were demonstrating some of these capabilities. And we will provide the pre-configured user-defined fields functionality. We will work on implementing the business configuration rules and scripting language on top of the new user interface. But the main focus area for the development team for the next couple of years will be reporting and analytics, because this is the #1 feedback that we hear from our partners and customers. So we will work on unifying generic inquiry and report designer. We will be working on redesigning our financial reporting tools, improving dashboards and analytics, and we will start with implementing and data warehouse capabilities. And we will do that And of course, we will double down our investments into the machine learning and artificial intelligence technologies, where we will work on analytical decision support, intelligent notifications. We will work on integrating Copilot and Acumatica and many more. So that's our plans for the next year. I hope that we'll keep it you inside. I'm sorry. I hope it will keep you excited. And with that one, I want to wrap up my presentation and call on stage Ali. Thank you.
Thank you, Mike. I mean, that new UI is just incredible. I've been playing with it for the last few weeks. And every time I play with it, I get so excited. And I want to just, can I use it? Can I share? And Mike, can we release it earlier? No. It's going to take another 6 months. Like, OK, I'll wait. But as you saw, it brings so many new capabilities that are going to be providing us endless opportunities. And we also saw what's on the horizon with reporting and analytics, and what we're doubling down our AI investments and making it, which is going to be really a game changer for us. I mean, you saw some of the videos yesterday that we shared, but this new AI stuff is going to be really, really helping us take the future of business forward. And there's so much more to see about 2024 R1. I mean, we showed you a few glimpses of it. We had a lot of great breakout sessions that are showcasing it. But I'm also happy to announce that we're finished with the development of 24 R1, and the beta is available today. So make sure you go down to the community site and download the beta. Especially if you're a developer, you want to get your hands on it, look at how the customizations can come over, learn about the new technology, because it's just fantastic. So we shared a lot of information with you with today's sessions, but in many ways, we're just scratching the surface. So I encourage you to use the sessions at the expos to discover and imagine where your business can go with Acumatica. I also want to remind you about the Summit Celebration Party that takes place this evening. It's a wonderful networking event to connect with people and in a really nice social atmosphere. And tomorrow, we have more sessions with customers and partners, because it is a 3-day event, so it's going to be awesome. But please join us tomorrow evening, or actually tomorrow afternoon, for the closing reception just outside the Customer Experience Hub here at the Wynn. And last year's closing reception was a huge success, so please make a point to attend that event. But wait, I'm sure you're wondering where our summit's going to be next year in 2025. Well, I'm happy to say we'll return right here to the Wynn as we continue to build on this event. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah. I mean, we find that it's going to really enhance our community. Our community is getting bigger and bigger, and it's just wonderful to see everybody and have everybody just in one place, because it's going to expand our impact at the end with you. So thank you so much. Let's make sure you have a great summit, and let's build the future of business together.